All rise. We will obey. Please be seated.
We're in open session, Your Honors.
Thank you very much. Witness, welcome back. Ms. Sago, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Before the break this morning, may I seek a clarification on whether we are in private or public session?
We're in open session.
Mr. President, may I seek your indulgence and go into private session to complete the set of questions?
Private session.
We're in open session, Your Honors.
Witness, this morning, you said, and I quote from the transcript, page 38, line 22, in this part of the country, the party that was most known was the ODM. The PNU was not so known. Could you explain to us what did you mean by that?
Nilikuwa nikimaanisha ya kwamba sehemu hile.
Answer. Well, what I meant in saying that was that within that party, most people were supporters of the ODM. Which meant that the ODM was stronger than the PNU.
And this morning you also referred to a referendum in 2005, and I'm referring at page 34, line 8. Is that the referendum to reform the constitution in Kenya?
Sijaelewa kwa sababu umesema mwaka wa 2005 kulitokea uchaguzi wakati.
Answer. I do not quite understand your question. You're talking of the year 2005 and you're saying that there were elections then. That means that I haven't quite grasped your question.
Witness, I was referring to a referendum in 2005. Do you agree that in 2005 there was a referendum to reform the constitution in Kenya?
Ulikuwa na uchaguzi wa kubadilisha katiba mwaka huo 2000.
Answer. Yes, there was a referendum to reform the constitution in the year 2005, yes.
Is it correct that that referendum was supported by the banana movement?
Ndiyo ilikuwa kiungo na movement ya banana na orange.
Answer. Yes, it is true that the banana movement did provide its support, and then there was the orange movement also providing support.
So are you saying that both the banana movement and the orange movement were supporting the constitutional reform presented in 2005?
Naweza kusema kwamba ODM ilikuwa kitaka katiba.
Answer. I would say rather that the ODM was in favour of reforming the constitution, and that was the orange movement as such. But on the other side of the opposition, those who were not in favour of the reform, was the banana movement, that is the PNU.
Sorry, I think this is an area where we would like the questions not to be leading.
Fair enough. Concerning the orange movement, briefly, do you recall who were the most prominent politicians involved in the orange movement?
Upande wa vigogo kulikuwa na vigogo wengi kwa upande wa orange.
Answer. Well, with regard to the prominent politicians for the orange movement, I would say that I can remember some of the names, but not all of them.
Please tell the names of the ones that you remember now.
Kulikuwa na Balala.
Answer. There was Balala, William Ruto, Raila. There were many of them. I can't remember all of the names.
And what type of constitution was the orange movement in favor of, according to your knowledge?
Katika ile katiba kuna vitu vingi sana ambavyo walikuwa napinga ambazo walikuwa kitaka ibadilishwe hiyo katika sheria za nchi ya Kenya.
Answer. There were a number of points on which reform was requested within the Kenyan constitution.
I'm now speaking about the orange movement. Were they in favor of a more centralized form of government and administration, or a decentralized one?
Mr. President, we object to that question. Perhaps the witness could be asked to talk about the type of reforms this constitution was trying to bring in, or what were the issues, or what type of government the constitution was trying to bring in, instead of giving the witness suggestions as to what kind of answers the council is looking for. This is an area in which we object to. We think that council should not provide answers or suggestions to answers in the questions. The witness should be allowed to offer his own answers to the questions asked. Thank you.
Ms. Zago, do you have any response to the objection?
We're just trying to be as efficient as possible, but if this area presents great difficulties for the defense, we can certainly move on to another topic.
Mr. President, that's not it. It doesn't present a difficulty for us. What we want is for the judges to have an opportunity to assess for themselves the knowledge of the witness on the issues that he is to testify about. This is a contentious area. We think that the prosecution has been given information just out of the blue without any significant knowledge by the witness of the particular issues in question. So the prosecution should elicit the information from the witness instead of suggesting answers to them. Pure and simple.
And just for the record, we share these observations.
Ms. Zago, let's see how you fare with a more open-ended question.
As the court pleases. Mr. Witness, can you explain in your own words what type of constitutional reform was the Orange Movement in favor of?
Upande wangu ndio sema kwa mafupi kwa sababu ni mengi yalikuwa kibadilishwa.
Answer. To my knowledge, well, I can give you a few points of detail. Constitutional reform wanted for there to be freedom of expression, for example, a free press. But there were many points. I can't provide you with all of them here.
On the system of government, if you recall and you can, could you please explain what kind of system of government the Orange Movement was in favor of?
Hapo siwezi nikajibu kwa sababu siku.
Answer. Well, I can't answer that question because I didn't really find that of great importance. Witness repeats, I did not find that of great importance.
Witness, we will try to understand what you're telling us, you're telling the court. Ms. Zago had asked you questions a little while ago, and she asked you what type of constitution was it that the Orange Movement was favoring, according to your knowledge. And your answer was there were a number of points on which reform was requested within the Kenyan Constitution. Now, can you tell the court, elaborate some more from all those number of points, which was it? Oh.
We're in open session, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, we were speaking about rallies that you attended in 2007 in connection to the general elections in Kenya. And you said we had meetings of the PNU and the ODM. I'd like to know, first, which meeting of the ODM did you attend?
Nilihudhuria mkutano wa namba 17.
I attended the rally held at position number 17.
And when was that?
Disemba mwaka wa 2007.
In December 2007. Yes, indeed, 2007.
And who was present from the ODM at this rally?
Walikuja viongozi walikuja wengi. Raila alikuwa pale, Bwana William Ruto alikuwa.
There were many leaders. Raila was there, Ruto was there, Anyang Orengo, Kajwang, Balala. I would say there were many of them. I do not recall all the names.
And how many people attended that rally?
Mkutano ulikuwa mkubwa, watu walikuwa wengi sana. Pengine ni 1000.
It was a large rally. There were many people. Approximately 20,000 people or more.
And how did you hear that there was going to be a rally at that location that day?
Mkutano mwenyewe ulikuwa kitangazwa. Kuna gari ilikuwa ikitembea.